In endless collision, gaming news with a fierce precision, with a spark so wild it breaks the norm. In the tempest eye, a unethical, your analyst face the score. Burns with a psychotic roar. Corrupt suits sneer what they despise. Dragon Cast will open your eyes. Integrity found in Dragon Cast. Fire-breathing metal, screaming loud. Levistro's here to shake the crowd. Psychotic dragon ready to ignite. Hold on tight, we're taking flight. Dragon Cast. Dragon Cast. Wings of justice cut through the dark. Levistro's roar ignites the spark. A dragon's heart fiercely defends the gaming world. Our passion ascends. This is Dragon Cast. Dragon Cast.
Hello, this is Levistro, the Dragon in Cyberspace, coming to you with all news, tips, and tricks within the gaming spectrum. Today, we have a special guest, and a special guest who's a friend in need. And I want to give a special shout out to Stark of Iron, who's in the chat right now, who was supposed to be on today, but was a good sport to let me bring Scoob on today. And he'll be on next week. That being said, I want to say hello to everyone in the chat before I introduce the panelists and our special guest. We have Frostfang7. Hello, Frostfang. And yes, the Gibson Go link is pinned in the chat for both Rumble and YouTube, which we are live on. We have our panelists Dash, Lord Dragneel, Bo, one of a good friend, Valkyria Winner over on the Rumbles, and this loser who keeps stalking me. I don't know who he is. That's not Levistro. He has a P in his name. Freaking loser, I swear. Philip Morgan, hello. Stark of Iron again. We run a Bly. And our special guest. Yes, that being said, Dash, how are you? How you doing? Long time no see.
Hey, how's it going, man? I'm doing good. It's good to be here, and it's good to have Scooby on. You know, I was supposed to be on her show a while back, but due to scheduling things, I couldn't make it. But it's good to be here, and hope we have a good time.
Yes, me too. That and also you're fired. Scoops, I'm banning you from the channel. Fleecing my panelists like that. Shame on you. Bo, how you doing?
Yep. I'm all right. Just
Okay,
chilling,
you're
hanging
coming in
out.
very soft. Maybe it's my deaf
How's
app.
this?
That's
That
better.
better?
Yes.
How you
Speaking
doing,
of,
Scoob?
Uh, okay.
Hmm.
Been better.
and Scoops, how you doing? You're a good friend of mine. But for those clicking on that thumbnail who don't know who you are, I'm going to ask this: who the fuck are you? Why the fuck are you here? And why should my viewers fucking care?
I am Scoobypup, host of podcast. I am here because I fucking love games. I am
Yeah,
also a mod for Hypnotic, which is how I met Levistro, Mr. Big Meanie with the band hammer.
yeah, I get crazy.
And also, he so lovingly or hatingly, not too sure yet, invited me onto his show.
Well, I consider you a friend, and I do that to all my friends. So no one can tell if I love or hate because I love and hate equally. When people say, "Oh, I'm an equal opportunity lover" or "equal opportunity person," they don't practice what they preach. I treat you all equally because y'all are short of shit.
You either hate us all equally or love us all equally.
Yes. Now we have a chock full episode, and before we continue with the interview, both Scoob says it was for understood. I want to make sure Scoob says it was okay. I mentioned this because this is the whole reason why we're doing this. For those who don't know, Scoob is in a bit of trouble. That's not her fault. And as a friend, I've been trying to give her shout outs, playing certain games I was only showing on Rumble for a time. And it wasn't my original idea. It was Tomby's. But I wanted to help because I would have done this for Bo. I would have done this for Scoobs. I would have done this for anybody. You know, I do this for my friends. But so yes. Let me zoom this in a little bit. This was done by Combi on Gibson Go. It's the link that's in the site. And I'm gonna read it. Okay, can y'all give me a second? I think my son's crying. I'm so sorry.
That's the type of
You-
house you'd find Scooby Doo investigating.
Yes.
True.
Actually, I'll consider this. I think I'm just hearing him play. But so Tomby wrote this. He says, "Save Scooby Pup and her mom from homelessness. Hi everyone, I'm reaching out for a friend in urgent need. Scooby and her mom are facing imminent eviction after the rent in Annapolis was suddenly raised from $2,500 to $4,000 a month, which is far more than they can afford. They're desperately searching for a new safe place nearby where Scooby needs to stay for vital medical care. They're trying everything they can, from selling family heirlooms and their own clothes, asking family for help and getting refused or conditional ultimatums, calling landlords only to be politely turned away. Scooby sadly lives with epilepsy, surviving on disability income, which means she also can't work without losing those benefits. A cruel catch-22. Now, I'm personally on VA disability, but also SSDI, Social Security Disability Income. So I can't speak for Scoob's side because that's her personal thing. She can say more she wants. But when you're on Social Security Disability, you can't earn more than $600 a month consecutive, or you'll be pulled off.
It's true.
Social Security pays you about $2,000 to pay if you're at 100%, and then if you have children or dependents, you get an extra 600 for that. So for me, it's extremely difficult to find a job because I need that, $2,000, especially for Scoobies. I mean, Walmart doesn't pay that much a month. So from what I understood, I mean, even when I was in, it was minimum wage. But continuing on, the goal of this drive is to help her mom stay together in a safe home. But as you can imagine, the emotion toll is heavy. We are trying to raise $10,000 to cover the first and last month's rent for a new apartment, security costs, deposit in moving costs, basic step to get them safely rehoused. Every single donation helps, no matter how small. People have donated $5. People have donated $1. We're going to get into what the results were for that here in a second. If you can't give, please share this with anyone who might. So share it on your Facebook, share it on your on YouTube channels if you have one. Share it in Discords. I don't give a fuck if people say that's not nice. I mean, be courteous, right? But share it out there. You know, say, hey, there's a content creator and fellow gamer that needs help, right? Now, this was started 3 or 4 days ago, if I remember correctly, Scoobs.
Yes.
And we've already reached $2,575 for Scoobypup. That's a quarter of the way towards goal. That's literally awesome. That's thanks to viewers like you. I hate to sound like a charity fundraiser PBS guy, but it's literally true. Like, we wouldn't have gotten here this far without people like you. So I wanted to cover Scoobypup's today because she is a gamer, she is a friend, and well, I figure why not interview one of my friends and get to know the real Scoobypups and why people should care. So, Scoobs, if you don't mind me asking, I've already said who the fuck are you? But what is Scoobypup 101? Like, can you give us your past history? Like, you know,
Like past gaming history, or how far?
well, yeah, like your basically your history, what brought you into games, and you know, we're trying to humanize you, kind of deal.
Well, as far as gaming history goes, I first started video gaming with the Atari. Like, my dad gave me his Atari because I was born in '83. And my dad gave my brother and I have an older brother. First gaming system, like I said, first thing we ever played was the Atari. Computer gaming wise, of course, started in school, and the first game they ever made us play in school was Oregon Trail. Yeah, I know. And then first, like, pure computer game at home, if you can even call it a game, was Mario Teaches Typing. Then, of course, we had the Nintendos, the Super Nintendo, all those. And my very first personal gaming system was the Sega Genesis. And I became a big fan of Sonic the Hedgehog real fast.
See, you two, this is a real gamer. She likes Sonic, Bo.
I have I have played on every system. I have not personally owned every system, but I have played on every single system.
I gotta ask a quick question real quick before it becomes memory hold. How many times at school have you died dissing Terry?
Too many.
Yeah, Terry.
Too many. Whenever we put the disc in, because I went to a Catholic school. Whenever we put a disc in, the first thing that me and whoever my partner was at the time did, we would guess how many times we would die from dysentery.
Oregon Trail.
Yeah, Oregon Trail. And it was pretty much all the time. And the only other times where we didn't die from dysentery, we drowned trying to cross a river. So a lot of times we just gave up. Of course, I went to a Catholic school. So Catholic schools were not fun. I had no friends whatsoever. Male, female, I had no friends. I was that nerd that everybody would point at and laugh and, you know, just talk nasty about to the point where you would just want to run home and cry. I was that kid. My brother, on the other hand, was not. Did he stand up for me? No, he did not. The only sibling rivalry between us has not stopped. It started as kids and it has not stopped. If anything, it's
Well,
probably gotten worse.
I
I'm
can
Um,
tell
sorry to
you,
hear that.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, but I can guarantee you, I think that's normal. I'm the oldest of
Oh, I mean,
7 kids.
yeah.
well, it's
Uh,
for him. It's like when I came to him for help about the eviction situation. He just flat out said, "No, I don't need another kid to look after."
what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Yeah. My dad, he said, "You can come up here and stay for a month, but after that, you're on your own." Why would I want to go to Washington State, stay with him for a month, and then be out on my own when I don't know anybody in Washington State
Yeah,
other
Cost
than
of
we
him.
living is
all
probably
across.
just as bad there.
And so, yeah, I mean, the whole situation is like if you found out the entire situation, the whole story of everything that's going on right now, you guys would probably be sitting in silence and thinking, what the fuck? So
Yeah.
back on to happy news.
Yeah. Happy news.
Happy
Yeah,
news.
I
I
did.
was introduced.
I
I
put
was
your link.
introduced to PlayStation
Hmm.
eventually, and Dreamcast. Of course, the Dreamcast I got from an ex-boyfriend. That was blackmail. I blackmailed him into giving me a Dreamcast. Favorite game on that was Rumble Roses.
Ooh.
And I got to say, when it came to the PlayStation's games, I got to say, you got to go with Resident Evil. You got to go with Devil May Cry. I loved Red Ninja. I loved Ghost in the Shell. Ghost in the Shell was one of my favorites. I was never able to finish it because it was too hard. And then came PlayStation 3. My favorite game on that was Alice Madness Returns. And it ended up being the very first of my 42 platinums.
Interesting. So, Scoops, I got one question, and I know this is a very delicate thing. I do not want to violate your, Dr. Frequent privilege or, disability rights, because we all know I'm very open about mine. But it says you have epilepsy.
Yeah.
How does that work with games for you? I mean, to be perfectly honest, full open. I just found out my son has epilepsy, and so I was gone for a whole month. My granddad died, and then I had my son having a seizure, so I couldn't stream. And now I'm getting back into things because he doesn't seem to have a problem with games. Like he never had an episode just playing video games. So I'm wondering about you, like if you don't mind.
So when it comes to epilepsy, there's different triggers for everybody. If you are a kid, like I don't know how old your son is.
He's 9.
He's what?
He's 9. He's wee. He's a wee little dragonling.
Okay. So for children, they have a tendency to get lucky and grow out of it. For some reason, a lot of kids have just grown out of their epilepsy, which I know sounds hard to believe, but it does happen.
Yes, the doctor was
For
telling me that
adults,
too.
it's a different story. For me, I got epilepsy, and the thing is about epilepsy, it's not something that you can inherit.
Mm-hmm.
It's more or less something that's caused. And for me, I was 6 years old, and my parents were at an event, this community event where all the parents were building a playground, and the county had little things set up to keep the kids occupied. One of which was a karate show, and for those who were short, they had first-hand view, front row seats. I was in the front row seat. A guy chopped a board in half, Half of the board came flying towards me, hit me smack dab in the head, knocked me out. I started with small space outs, just kind of staring out into space for a few seconds, and then I'd come back, be completely oblivious to what was going on. I hit 13, full on, full blown seizure while I was on an airplane, causing an emergency landing. Since then, I have had what is known as grand mal seizures, combined with petit mal, which is the staring. As far as video games go, sometimes some of them do affect me. Primarily first person. There was one that actually sent me into a full-on seizure, and that was Arcana Heart 2. I remember turning it on, playing the game all the way through, but since I'd never played it before, I was not aware that the final boss, when she went into her final form, had a bunch of multicolored flashing lights. So she comes onto the screen, I start to fight, she goes into that form, I wake up on the floor with a splitting headache, and I know immediately I had a seizure.
Yeesh.
And there was another game, it was a horror game that had come out, not this year, but I think it was last year or the year before, that I had bought. And I got onto the opening screen, and just the starting screen, I got that feeling. And I was like, no, this isn't going to end up good. So I had to get rid of the game. I never even got a chance to play it. I had to get rid of the game. I gave it to my buddy Jamal. I was like, I know you wanted to get it. Here, you can have it for free. So I gave it to my buddy Jamal, and I can't play virtual reality games.
Oh yeah, they make me
I bet.
nauseous.
I tried playing virtual reality game, and my friend gave me the controller. I thought I was going to play Beat Saber. No, it was a full-blown 3D world. I was standing at the edge of a cliff, and I literally was holding on to them, thinking I was holding on to the cliff for dear life, because with my brain injury, it could not comprehend that this was not a game. It looked so
for
real.
me,
It tricked my brain.
For
I
me,
won't
I
ever
tried
play
to do the virtual reality game because it was for my niece's birthday. She wanted me to come over to an arcade that she really liked for her birthday, and for my eldest niece, I would do anything to make her happy. And she wanted to try these VR games, so I said, okay. I was barely 1 minute into it, and I felt like I was going to go down. So I immediately took the helmet off. I was like, here, take it. I'm not risking it, especially in front of my niece who has never seen me go into one. I don't want to scare the crap out of my niece. So I had to take off the VR helmet and go sit down. And so it's a hard balance. Sometimes I can tell when one is going to happen, and other times I'll have no idea and it'll happen. And the thing is that everybody has a different trigger. And for all I know, there are some triggers that I'm not aware of yet that may just present themselves someday. But yeah, gaming wise, I do have to be careful.
Those virtual reality games I won't ever play because I'm bad enough about getting sucked into the worlds I'm in. And if it was virtual reality, I wouldn't even be on this show. I'd probably be in a game somewhere. I'm
But
already bad enough.
it's so easy to get
I had to sit out for a
nauseous from
second.
them.
I do apologize on that one. Parenting duties. But yes, so sorry about that. I do want to say, what was let's go far back because I do know we want to talk about your podcast. Did I say it right this time? I keep
Yes,
messing that one up.
podcast.
All right. I do know you do your podcast, but I want to ask what made you decide you were going to like, what was the game that said, yep, I'm a gamer. This is me. This is my life. This is who I am now. I'm a gamer. What was
Devil May
that?
Cry.
Oh, which one?
Devil May Cry 1.
The first one, the OG.
OG.
Yeah,
OG.
I love that game. I never got to play 4, but I love Devil May Cry.
I have Devil May Cry 4 special edition, regular Devil May Cry 4, Devil May Cry 1, 2, 3, the collection. I tried playing the Ninja Theory version, and my reaction to that left my brother speechless. I screamed that I wanted the hours that I spent playing that game of my life back. And on top of that, I snapped the disc in half, grabbed my brother's dog, who needed to be taken out to go to the bathroom anyways. When the dog was ready to go, I tossed it on the floor and had him go on top of the disc. I hated it that much.
How did you ever try Bayonetta?
Yes, I loved it.
Yes, we got some actual Bayonetta news coming up today. If we have time.
I loved Bayonetta, and I don't know how many people know that there's a Beautiful Joe reference in there and Devil May Cry reference in there.
Oh yeah, where? What game? When? Tell everybody.
In the first Bayonetta, where she's being, I don't know how many people have played it. There is a scene in the opening scene. She's being tossed one gun to another, to gun after gun after gun, and eventually she gets tossed ebony and ivory. And she looks at her friend and she goes, "How dare you toss me these cheeky little things?" And then just toss it.
Yes, I did not realize that was a Beautiful Joe reference.
No, that was ebony and ivory.
Devil May Cry. Those,
Yeah.
those,
Oh,
those are
Devil
the
May
names
Cry.
of Don.
Yes.
Those are the names
Dante's
of
guns.
Dante's guns.
Yeah,
Are called ebony and ivory.
yeah.
Now
Been a while.
the Beautiful Joe references come in for her attacks. Some of her
Okay,
attacks,
yeah, all right.
she
yeah.
says it's a go-go baby, which
Yep,
in
yep.
Beautiful
Okay, yeah, I
Joe,
remember that.
which in Beautiful Joe is how he transforms.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, I love this game.
I know.
I
So is it
played
safe
that
to
game
assume-
from 8 p.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning. When when I first got it, I played it from 8 p.m. to 10 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, yes, those were good games back then. And it was frustrating for me because some of the combos are tailored to right-handers, so I can't button mash like everyone else. It would frustrate me that I just ended up just spamming the Y button every time or something like that for Bayonetta. Or
It's a tricky game.
yeah, it is. We managed to complete the one for Steam, the Steam version, 100% earlier this year.
I was never able to complete it. But there is another game that I really loved. A lot of people did not like it. Metal Gear Rising.
Metal Gear Rising. That's the name I haven't heard in a long time.
Metal Gear Rising was an awesome game. It was by Platinum Studios.
So you really like the character action games?
I love hack and slash games.
So did you like Dynasty Warriors?
You give me a good hack and slash, and I will spend hours on it.
Okay, how about Dynasty Warriors?
Heard of it? I know what it's about, but I have not. I know what it's about. I have not had a chance to play it. Sengoku Basara. I have many of those games. I even have some of the Japanese games themselves imported. Because like if there's a game that I really like and I really want, but I can't find in America, I will import it. I've done it before.
Hmm. I actually haven't played Dynasty Warriors since the 360 days, like the early 360 days, and I loved it. I just it's literally hack and slash. Hack and slash. You maybe capture a zone. You run around, lead an army, and you're like you're like a Superman Chinese guy from the Chinese history days. It is fun. You ever played Hyrule Warriors?
No.
Okay, it's very similar to that. That's what I see that as. I haven't played Hyrule Warriors, but it's very similar to that. Oh, we got a question from the audience. And yes, audience, you guys are always welcome to ask questions of the guests. And File 13 says, Scooby, question. Do you have to stay where you are? Are you willing to move out of state?
I would love to move out of state. However, I have to have, since I have epilepsy, I have to have a caretaker. That caretaker I live with is my mom. And my mom and I also both want to be near my nieces. And my nieces live in Edgewater, which is like 15 minutes away. And on top of that, where I live, Annapolis, is literally surrounded by all of my medical doctors. And the furthest medical doctor or way that I have is Johns Hopkins. And Johns Hopkins Medical Center, I go to for blood testing and neurologist. So I kind of do have to stay in the area that I am.
Yeah. But, at least you have family nearby you.
Yeah, my mom and my brother. My mom, she's the one that lives with me, and my brother's the one that is kind of like, oh yeah, you can babysit the kids, but you can't move here. I have more than enough kids. He actually referred to me as a kid. He didn't even want my mom to move in. I was like, you can have me move in, and mom can go live in Spain because she has cousins and other family over there. And I was like, she can go live there, and I will be with you. And it would be like a live in babysitter, something beneficial for both of us. Because I used to live with him in the first place until he kicked me out. And he kicked me out because we got in a fight. And it was a stupid fight, too. It was a fight over the internet.
Yeah. That usually happens. My son and I fight on the internet because he likes to have he'll have his screen on, he'll have his TV on, all that stuff. And I have to keep telling him constantly, don't do that. And so sometimes, especially in Dragon Cash, you'll see me disappear, like I did just now, because I noticed my pings were getting bad. And I'll have to tell him, hey, go turn those two things off. You can only choose one. So I can imagine a fight with a family on the internet. Who's hogging all the bandwidth?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. It was
So what kind?
problems with the bandwidth. I told him, well, you can get more bandwidth with this company if you choose to go with this company. You can stay having cable with this company, but if you also go with this company who has the cheaper bandwidth, trying to give him other opportunities, stuff. He's a lot like my dad.
Yeah. Boys tend to take after their dads a lot. But here's another thing I asked. So obviously, for those who have been following me since I was a side animated PNG tuber, unlike I am now, where you just saw an animated GIF file moving around. You used to be one of my mods before you had your own streaming platform later on. What decided to make you decide to stream? Like, did you just wake up one day and say, I'm going to stream? Or was it like, I'm going to make lots of money and be like Mr. Beast or whoever the hell you want to insert out? Or was it just, I'm bored and I just want to play a game and see who likes to watch? Like, what started all this?
2016, I really wanted to, just stream gameplay. I was on Twitch. I had my PS4, um, and I've told all my friends, hey, if you ever want to see me game, I'll be on Twitch. So I would play Destiny on Twitch, and I would stream it via my PS4 onto Twitch. Nobody ever watched, of course. Uh, so I would stream like certain games with my friends, and it was just for the hell of it. And then after a while, I was like, well, maybe I can do it through YouTube, but I didn't think anybody would watch, and so the idea just kind of fell out of my head. And then recently, I thought to myself, well, maybe I can try again. And I had also always wanted to see if I could, just as far as the podcast goes, it was something I'd always wondered, is it something I could ever naturally do? And so I went on to Neon Leon one time, and while I was talking, he said, you're really good at this. Uh, and then on SNH one time, he told Hypno that I was a natural and I was really good. Uh, so I figured, why not try it? Uh, so I tried it. And as it is, I had already had videos up of me doing gameplay on YouTube. For example, the PS3 game Bleach, Soul Resurrection.
Mhm.
A friend of mine said using soy phone, I couldn't get to a certain amount of numbers in a combo, and I sure as hell proved him wrong. And I put the video up on YouTube and left it there. Um, but yeah, once Leon had said on SNH that I was a natural, I figured I'll go for it. I'll try it, and it seems to have worked out so far. I have a great producer, Tony Stark of Iron.
Oh yeah.
I've had people who have been so wonderfully kind to come on as uh, guests. Stupenzo made a great opening for me.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, you yourself, you've come on as a guest, and Dash
Hmm.
Attack, you're coming on next weekend.
Yep.
Yep, and he'll be
Um,
fired for that.
so I've been blessed to have a great audience, great mods. I hope someday I'll be monetized. Did I ever? Do I see this as something becoming a permanent job? No. Is it something that I want as a permanent job? No. Is it something that would probably help? Yes, it would help a lot. Uh, but it's not something that I see as, oh, hey, I'm going to go and make some main, I'm going to go for this and try and make this my main income. No, this is something I'm doing for fun. I'd love to get
Hmm.
monetized. And I want
You wouldn't.
everyone else to, enjoy. And when I am able to do my barcade, which is basically my game streams on YouTube at night, I try to pick games that I've either not played in a very long time or games that I own and have yet to play. As far as, like horror games, hell, I already have a whole bunch of horror games that I already intend to play in October.
How do you like horror
Oh,
games?
I love horror games. One of my favorite is Siren.
Oh my god. Have you played Fear?
No, I have not played Fear. So two games that I intend on playing is Siren. Um,
Mhm.
I think I still have Outlast. So if I have Outlast still, then I might play that. Um, but yeah, I love a good horror game. So
Here's something that's horrific. So File 13 says, ever since I stopped working the early shift at Hooters, my tips have improved and have become very popular. My dear sweet File, eventually you're gonna have to come clean and tell the guys those aren't boobs, they're moobs. You can't be pretending you're a woman and telling there are laws against that. You could go to jail for that. You have to come clean because there's only two genders. But congratulations on the tips, I think. And is it actually Hooters or a gay Hooters? We'll have to ask you that question.
Femboy Hooters, you mean?
Yeah, because I'm trying. I have to. I keep forgetting, but I'm trying to get him scheduled as well.
yeah,
But
I'd
yeah,
want to do additional content, such as the rough views, which is basically just as it sounds, reviews.
mhm.
And Stu Penzo once again made a great opening for me. Did a great job on doing a great sign for me. The thing is, though, I'm trying to figure out how to do the format for it because OBS for me is like it's a it's very.
I think you cut out there, Scoops, or is it me? Oh, it's me. Be
That's
right
you
back.
faded out there. Uh-oh.
To figure out
Well, I
how
can
am I
hear
going to use
you.
it.
Scoops, I think you cut
Uh,
out there for a whole hot
oh,
minute.
well, I find it hard to figure out how to. I mean, I put up reviews a bit more quick faster, but I don't know how to format it because a lot of those reviews are going to be about games,
Yeah.
and StreamYard does not do games.
Oh, yeah,
No, it
Streamer
does not.
does.
And I can't figure out OBS for the life of me. And I know PlayStation has a program that allows you to do that kind of stuff, but I'm still trying to figure out that program as well. So I'm very technology
Adverse.
not well versed in technology.
Oh, you're a gay woman. Got it.
I'm a
I'm a
woman.
dragon, so don't lose hope. Because I'm a dragon. I'm a magical creature. Tech and dragons don't do very well, and yet I still somehow manage. But I will recommend Tomby. I know you had
Yeah,
him interviewed on your
Tomby
show.
tried. Tomby
Tomby tried.
Tomby tried.
Oh, because I was saying he has some videos, and I was following those videos to kind of because
Tomby
it
even got onto my Tomby even did this program where he got onto my computer and just did everything for me, and it still didn't work. I still managed to somehow fail it. So
yeah
in this case, I'm a whammon.
yeah
I
that
can't figure it out. I just can't.
with my dad, he still has problems using a VHS and DVDs, and he'll try to put the DVD in, and he'll put it upside down, and I'll yell at him for doing that. My dad, and when the VHS, he would put it backwards, sideways, you name it, but everything but the right way. Get so frustrated. I'm like, Dad, and I just look at him when I was a kid and just push it in properly. That now, I was saying okay, boomer, before what's her name was saying it. Like it was just like my thing, but it was just towards my dad. so, so it's like there are people out there that just don't get technology, and he just graduated VHS finally. He hasn't graduated DVDs, which is much simpler. It's just two sides, and the shiny side goes down. You would think that, right? No,
Yeah.
I have a feeling he's gonna have a problem with streaming like Netflix and stuff. My mom does it like she understands but my dad, he's not gonna be able to watch his favorite shows anymore because of that. But anyways, yeah, I just wanted to recommend that because Tomby had a lot of good self help tutorials he does as well, and we had him on last week, I believe. Great guy. Um, but I'm gonna let before we continue on because it's almost at the hour mark, and I'd like to go over the support Scooby has. Scooby has well, I'm brushing into it. Hold on. Does anyone else have any questions for Scoobs Dash Bo about her gaming history or her past?
I think
Um,
Dash is okay. Because for a moment I thought Dash was muted.
oh no, I'm not. I'm not muted. I was thinking. What do you like? Which franchise do you like more, Resident Evil or Silent Hill?
Uh, I'd have to say Resident Evil.
I see. I like both, but I'm more of a Silent Hill person.
Well, to me, I like the reason I like Resident Evil is it's because it gets quick and right into that. It gets quick, straight to the point.
Yeah,
For me, it's kind of like, okay, yes, I see mystery here, mystery there, mystery here. Screw it, give me something to shoot at.
yeah. Silent Hill games are a bit slow and a bit like all over the place, like
And I know a
very
lot of
dreary.
and I know a lot of people hate Resident Evil 6.
Oh wow! Breaking
But
news! Breaking news! Everybody! Breaking news! I gotta show this. This has been since the time we read the thing, and it was at $255, 205 $2,555, right when we shared the GoFundMe site. And I have it here. Um, oop, no, at this stage, there we go. But it's at now $2,685 since we started this stream.
awesome.
We're nearly at 27%. We jumped by 2%.
Nice.
Yes. But since we're here,
Thank you for everybody who's been donating. I mean, it's more than I could ever expect. And trust me, when I told my mom, she literally broke down. she she was crying.
yeah. And did you get with I don't want to mention it too much on screen, but since I'm thinking about, did you get a hold of Rick Clearly yet?
Of who?
Rick Clearly, I sent you his username on Discord. He wanted to
Oh,
talk.
I have not gotten a hold of him yet.
Yes.
Before I do, I want to sift through everything that I have, and I mean, I want to sift through everything because after
Because
what I went through
he wants
yesterday,
to
I'm
help.
extremely sore.
Yeah.
Um,
But I do want to point out the reviews. So we have a lot of people that do Anonymous Giver, and we have people that also
Sorry.
mention stuff. But apparently we have Vice Baby, who's put $100 2 minutes ago.
Thank
We
you.
have Anonymous Giver for $10. We have Davey from Davyverse saying, Tomby's fat shamed me for real. Just hate injustice. Hope this helps. I got a little extra OT. I'm going to say that's overtime. King of the Monsters last night sent $10. And when I was on stream, he told me he did that. So
I
we have
wanted
Kagoot.
when
Go
I
ahead.
was doing podcast, I gave a great big thank you and a shout out. I wanted to say names, but when I mentioned that, Leon said, "Don't be gay." So I was like, "Okay, I'll just be anonymous about it."
There's Vice Baby. Yes.
Thank you,
Obviously,
Vice Baby. You are
That sounds
awesome.
like a
Thank you,
very
all of
Leon
you.
thing to say.
yes.
Thanks,
But
thanks, all of you.
Scoop does have a channel now. Mods, I am bad with my glasses. If you're still here, could you post her channel information up because uh, I'm blind right now. I actually had this thing at magnified at 200%. What's on screen, so I could see it. So, um, but yeah, and then yeah, it's already been posted, but I want to highlight it, for him. Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, thank you, Stark. Thank you. But yeah, that's her channel, everybody. Stark was nice enough. He's also her producer, so go give him support. He'll be
Yeah.
here next week.
Yes, he is a wonderful guy.
Yes, great
He
singing
is
voice
also
too.
my co-host.
Hmm. But we're going to continue on. So we have Kaguna saying, "Hope things work out for you and your mom." Uh, Dev G is one of the guys that follows me on Twitter. He always shares my stuff and hearts my stuff. But he says he donated $50 to you the other day. I should be Pope. I hope this helps you in whatever way you need. It's Dev G, and I wish you and your family well. God bless. Um, we're gonna give some more because, like, I know I posted some in
And
here.
and just like I said, I love you all. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to all of us.
Yeah.
Um,
I think Eon's the one that started it off with the 500. No one has taught him yet. And then you have Trunks for 0404 donating $230. We have
wow.
Battery H sending some New Orleans love. See, all of us on Twitch aren't hot tub streamers. And Blackguard also offered $200. James OP offered $150. Smash JT $100. All the best. Much love to you and the fam.
Oh,
Yeah, and
Yeah, I was
uh,
surprised when I saw that.
yeah. Tam offered $100 as well. Uh, Silva Sigval. I could never say this name right. I've seen him. I've seen this
Sigval
word a while.
Dyson.
Yes, thank you. See, I have my own disability issues. I can't speak at all. I can't speak human words. And he does a prayer. So I'll say it. Heavenly God, in your boundless wisdom and strength, we humbly beseech your divine guidance for Scooby and her mother and their time of hardship, grant them resilience, provision, and hope. Illuminate their path with your eternal light, and may your will shield them through this trial. Amen.
beautiful.
Thank you.
MM says Tomby told me $65. Lavistro, aka the anonymous giver, for a friend. Exlosi, another good member viewer of the channel. $50.
He's
Here's
a
to
little
help you
seed,
through this.
wonderful mod.
Yes, he is. He's a good mod for you. He's not one of my mods, but I know I've seen him on
He's
your
one of
channel.
mine.
Yeah, but he watches me and lurks. Jake Martin will get you there, Scoobs. And it just keeps going on. Rick to help out Scoobs. Cult Classic Cage, another $50. Peaches and Creams from the Bigot First community, $50. Love you, girly. Sassy Sasquatch is $50. Furious Dan, a former member of the panel before he decided to be a peacock and had to fly, and we slingshotted him out into outer space, $40. And there's Trunks 404 right here. Hello, Trunks.
Thank you so much, guys. You have literally no idea how much I appreciate this. Back when Sonia first started posting all this, her and Tomby and whatnot, I actually had to call her. I was in tears. I was like, thank you so much. And it's I try not to get emotional when it comes to certain things. Like when it comes to podcasts, the facade comes on.
Yes.
The mask comes on because you want to look great for the crowd.
Yeah.
And so you want to. So yeah, and I have the camera off because we got boxes behind us, and
No worries.
yeah.
It's understandable. I mean, that and not like what I told y'all back when y'all were fighting in the mod chats for hitting us. Like, ladies, please, girls, we all know who would win the waifu battle if he put mods on her. It would be Lavistro, because I look good with a bra, and I posted that on her. So we all know you can't contend with me, so why even try? I mean, I'm a dragon. I
You look better
good.
than all of us in a bikini.
Yep.
Oh no, man, the red-haired Sumerian, she may put you to shame.
Not with that voice, she doesn't. It's like, what's his name? He used to do. He's a British guy. Was doing rap music videos for like Elder Scrolls, like Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Online, all that stuff. He actually did one when Elder Scrolls came out, and he talks about how he's gonna have an alpha girlfriend, and at the end of the music video, he goes, "Y'all a chick in real life, right?" And the elf looks at him like, "Are you insane?" And it has a very deep testosterone voice. Yes. that is Sarah the Sumerian right there.
But yeah,
You-
I do have a YouTube channel, and I have a Rumble channel. I have a Kick channel,
Mhm.
and of course, Twitter.
Yeah. Do you do Twitch?
No, not anymore.
Well, not anymore. Why'd you stop?
I had no followers,
Yeah,
so
that's the
I
reason why I
figured if I'm not
stopped.
going, I had no followers, and then when I finally did get followers, nobody watched. So I was like, if nobody's watching, what's the point? So
Yeah, they do get those little promo things, especially doing games. I like when I was doing Shroud, I try to promote the Twitch thing because I like the free gimme stuff. Like adding game content. I like that stuff because that's just me. I like adding more content to my game. But it stayed at 20 for over a year. So I could imagine with your things. I always tell people it's like it's dead. It's like
yeah, I when I do game stream on the Barcade, I do have a PlayStation camera now. But the thing is, though, is I'm also very camera shy.
I'm not. I'm never
So
camera shy.
when I'm on podcasts and I have the camera on, I get nervous, which is why I sound a little nervous and everything when I have my camera on during podcasts,
Mhm.
which is why I sound on podcasts, which is why I sound a little bit stiff and whatnot. I'm camera shy. I turn off the camera, I'm perfectly fine, which is why I'm trying to get my VTube thing working perfectly, so that way I won't have to worry about it, and I'll be more energetic, more happy. Um,
Oh, oh, oh. Someone wants us to toot his horn. But that's okay. That's what we expect of Tony Stark. That's in character for him. It's like he's never known not to do this. So apparently we are now at 2,700 even, and Tony puts in there for $15 a minute ago. I just had to round this up to 2,700. Thank you, Scooby, for not giving up on me either. God bless you and yours.
oh, hon, I would never
Oh,
give up on. He knows I would never give up on him.
Nah, no one
I always
should.
have his back,
Yep.
and I will never not have his back.
But yeah, so now we're at 2,700, and towards the end, when we do the outros, I will double check to see if it's updated. Remember, y'all, I've always wanted to say this, anyways. Ever since I watched AMW, you can make a difference. Who's ever watched America's Most Wanted?
Can, before you do outros, can I?
Oh, we're not
justify?
done yet. Oh no, we're
Oh,
not
I was
done
going to say
yet.
I wanted to justify my likeness for Resident Evil 6.
Oh no, we're still got another hour. If we were running out of things to cover, we would cover gaming news. I got a couple of things, but no, this is
yeah.
mostly an interview and nerd talk. This is basically
Yeah.
so for those
So,
who don't go ahead, I'll let you talk.
no, I want to hear what Scooby has to say about Resident Evil 6 because, like, it is like the most divisive game in the series. Kind of like a low point, but I there are parts of Resident Evil 6 I do like. I love Jake and Sherry. I love those two. I just wish there wasn't such a big ammo problem. But what's your opinion on Resident Evil 6?
So I hated Resident Evil 5 with a passion.
Really?
Yes, but Resident Evil 6, what I liked about Resident Evil 6 is one of the storylines there. One of the storylines actually started to go back to the way it used to be, and that was Leon's. I loved
Wait, hold up,
Leon's.
hold up. Leon, what Words of Paradise was in Resident Evil 6?
No, wrong Leon.
Continue.
The cool one that we know of for Resident Evil, Leon in Resident Evil 6, he has the best storyline. And the most back to the original Resident Evil that we all know and love storyline. He has the scary storyline. His has the monsters, all that stuff. And that's the only other interesting concept that I like in that game was the crossover lines, the fact that you could cross over. But yeah, Leon's story was the only redeeming thing that I liked about Resident Evil 6.
So I'm having some ping issues. I might be
Yeah.
dropping out. So I just asked the chat to carry. If y'all don't see me, I'll be back. Okay, so what's happening is apparently someone got into a wreck the other day and they're okay, but the thing that the ISP relies on is an internet to my area is wonky. So they haven't fixed it yet, but we're still able to use the internet. So if I seem to freeze or disappear, I'll be back on. Don't worry. I have a plan A, plan B, plan C for everything. But I actually literally thought I was about to disappear off the screen. But yeah, so as I was saying, I mean, you probably already noticed, is most people cover the gaming news and we'll cover some things, but this is literally a 100% nerd talk. We try to interview nerds, we try to give people options, all that lovely
Yes,
stuff.
Leon's got
Qualify as
Kennedy.
a nerd.
Yeah. Except for Bo's not a nerd. He's just a boomer who wants friends. You know, he's lonely. So we're correcting him slowly but surely into being a gaming nerd.
You're indoctrinating him.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
It means it's 1977.
Yeah. All right. But no, so I'm going to try to cover things, but if I do stream, I still apologize. Just, you know, we roll with things here in Dragon Cast, but we do cover some news, and I got some goodies. This one I want to cover. There's two news I want to cover that I want to be very delicate. I've already told the panelists this, because I don't do politics. But you know, it affects us in a different way. But the Niche Gamer has reported this, and I wanted to know everybody's thoughts. We just try to keep this politically neutral as possible, as I don't like politics. But it says here on the Niche Gamer, new Trump tariffs may increase the cost of physical video games, your physical copies. New tariffs are scheduled to begin on August 1st, 2025 for countries who have not yet reached a trade agreement with the United States, and the latest tariffs will possibly affect video games. Earlier today, U.S. President Donald Trump posted via his official Truth Social account the letters that were sent to the countries of Malaysia, Kazakhstan, South Africa, Laos, Myanmar, Tunisia, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Serbia, Thailand, Cambodia, South Korea, and Japan. Now, the reason being is because, I bring this up is because a lot of games that we love, especially like, shall we say, decent games. I mean, we can call them the anti-woke games. But let's be honest. They're just games, actual games. They have no political agenda, and they're games that we tend to find out that our base are from, used to be from Japan. Some are still in Japan, but also South Korea. For example, Stellar Blade. Each of these countries were informed of their tariff rates. This might impact gamers who are looking to purchase physical copies of Nintendo games or the game consoles themselves, especially in regards to Nintendo and Sony, as these products are often imported from Japan. Starting on August 1st, 2025, we will charge Japan a tariff of only 25% on any and all Japanese products sent to the United States, separate from all sectorial tariffs. So this could also affect the anime, I believe. Trump said in a letter, goods transship to I think that's a typo. Transship to evade a higher tariff will be subject to that higher tariff. Please understand that the 25% number is far less than what is needed to eliminate the trade deficit disparity we have with your country. The only way to avoid Trump's new tariffs is for the Japanese companies to build or manufacture products within the United States, which Trump pledges any approvals will get done quickly, professionally, and routinely in a matter of weeks. Trump also noted that if companies try to raise their tariffs in response, the United States will match that increase on top of the proposed 25% increase. These new tariffs would likely impact third-party sellers, such as our friends at Play Asia, who sell Southeast Asia releases, as they typically are either primarily in English or at least have English voice or text in order to make games that don't always make the way across the ocean. Per the Associated Press, both South Korea's trade ministry and Prime Minister of Japan have already committed to accelerating trade negotiations before the deadline. Could Nintendo or Sony just eat the 25% and deal with the slightly less profits to ensure gamers have copies of their beloved video games? It's highly unlikely considering their previous hike prices after market conditions worsened. And let's be honest, I'll also put this out there. Nintendo also highly increased the price of their games for them to Switch 2 at 100 games, roughly $100 a pop, which means other companies are starting to do that. I think we've all talked about that. But what do y'all think about the tariff situation in this?
What they got to pay. I mean,
I can't. We can't. I can't. Can you else hear Bo?
Yeah, I can hear Bo.
Okay, okay.
I can
Yeah,
hear
what
you.
did
I'm
you-
just taking my medication.
Oh, no worries, no worries. But yeah, I remember some people referenced the chicken war, which was another tariff issue. It wasn't like an actual war; it's just a war of tariffs over chickens. But I as much as I love my video games, and I would always side with good with video games. I'm going to say this as a disclaimer: if Biden did this, so for an example for the other side, I would still say this is a good call because you can't. If you spend more money than you get, you will always be in debt. And if we're having overseas products coming in at less, then they can't make their trades, which means that they're going to have to increase the taxes on us. That's just how things work, and it has always worked on my end. So as much as I would hate to see that, I would prefer the tariffs. But people seem to forget he does offer, which was one of his first. I believe just he wanted to do America first and create American jobs, and they said if you do create your factories here or whatever, he would waive the tariffs because it's made in America. So I thought personally myself, it sounded fair and reasonable, but I wanted everyone else's opinion on it, and I just don't want to get into a political battle with it. That's all I ask.
I think they should move, have some kind of, manufacturing here, instead of, shipping it from across the pond. And, it creates American jobs. It may create a new customer base. And, people may look at it and go, hey, well, they're really making an effort to sell to people in our country. So, I'm not against it, but I don't buy a whole lot of physical copies. The last physical copy I got of any game was Stellar Blade.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this might be his way of trying to get them to lower the pricing.
Can you say again? I'm sorry, my ears.
I think it's I think it may possibly be his way of trying to get them to lower the pricing. Like, if you don't lower the pricing, I'm gonna put slap more tariffs on your ass.
It could be.
It either could be serious or it could be a bluff, and I think it might be a bluff in hopes that they'll lower the prices and just kind of play his game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a feeling there's no way in hell they would actually come over here to.
No, I don't think so.
jobs
I don't think Sony nor Nintendo. Like, yeah, well,
There is
Nintendo
no
does
way in
have-
hell they would ever come over here
Yeah,
I wouldn't say
they
that
do have
because there's car manufacturers and stuff over here.
Yeah, but game wise,
BMW makes cars here. Mercedes
but
makes
yeah,
cars
but we're
here.
talking game wise, and game
Yeah.
wise, there is no way in hell they would do that.
Well, I'm
yeah.
sure
I
they
think
said
this
that
is
about car companies. I might have to disagree with you on that. If
as
the
far
tariffs are
as
enough,
as far
yeah.
as tariffs go. On the other hand, this might actually be his way of getting them to lower the prices, which I can see succeeding. But as far as them bringing their stuff over here, no, I don't see them bringing over their. I don't see that happening at all in the slightest.
The only argument I have on your end is, well, this goes back to another dragon who said this back when I was a young one, who, God rest his soul, passed away. But he had told a knight that if you pinch the nobility, it's the peasants who feel the pinch. And usually we've seen that where when we increase costs of labor, cost of living, all those cost things, to own it to the rich and the powerful and the CEOs, all they do so they don't have to be uncomfortable is they just raise the prices too. So this would be very interesting to see because, well, America is a big market for anime and Japanese games. People have noticed that. So I'm curious about it, but
I also say this because remember earlier in the year he tried to raise the tariffs on
mhm.
China, and China fought him on it. And then when he raised the tariffs even more, they said okay and lowered their prices, and then he lowered the tariffs.
Yes.
So I think that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get them to lower the prices by slapping these tariffs on them. And I think he realized that this works. And I think that's what he's going to try and do again.
So what do you think is going to be the future for, in your opinion, what do you think is the future for gamers? Because, most people like to do the whole physical copy route, like promote, like even me,
I
because like
think
I
that
tell people they own their games, but physical
I think that
copies.
will really fall in as far as physical copies of the games and the prices. I think that will fall strictly. I think that will eventually fall strictly to the makers of the game, like Crapcom and stuff. I think they may eventually. It may come to the point where they have to say, okay, you know what? If do you want it to be like this? Is this because you remember that such and such will have this side effect? And, I think it'll eventually come down to their call.
Yeah. Dash, did you have anything you wanted to add before we?
On the tariffs things, like I don't know. It's sometimes very hard to predict Trump's reasonings behind things, but I do know is it's normally like a rattling move to try and get these countries to lower their prices. That seems to be how he operates on everything, is to try and he'll say something like he'll make a very hard demand, and then he'll reel it back a little bit and compromise. That seems to be his go-to. So I'm sure it's all part of like some sort of strategy he has.
Yeah. Well, if people read his book, The Art of the Deal, he talks about the big ask. So that's probably
Yeah,
it.
that's probably what I'm referring to.
You literally made me think about that when you mentioned that. And also, we got to remember that America was very accommodating for, well, since I was born, they've always been accommodating for a very long time. So Trump rattling sabers, so to speak, is kind of scary to people who are used to America being a pushover for so long. I'm not trying to be like pro Trump. I'm saying neutral. I'm just because I don't like politics. Yes, I did vote for him for those who want to know, but I'm trying to be neutral and objective in this. But I think it's a good plan. And like I said, if Joe Biden said this, I would say, okay, that was the first smart thing Joe Biden has said. So it's like it's not a me loving Trump thing. That's not it.
I
But
think it's
speaking,
just all going to settle down over the next couple of years as all these deals come into play. I
Mhm.
think it'll settle down. and we just have to see. I think right now it's too early for people to see either for or against. You got to
Oh yeah, Rome
let it
wasn't
play
built in a
out.
day. Yeah, this is one of those things that's a slow build. It's kind of like let's use a movie argument. When uh for an article right here, when Luke asked Yoda if the dark side's stronger, and Yoda just says, "No, it's just faster." Um, so while Luke has to do all this training, to build a little bit of power he has with to be a match for Darth Vader, his power is more solid than Darth Vader's, who's dark side. So in this case, we're used to instant results, instant this, instant that. We want our results now. But when it comes to something that's going to last forever, you literally have to slow it down and watch the progress grow. That's probably a bad allegory, but that's like the one I can think of right now. But let's talk about another politician. Um, this affects a different market, but I always like this. Give credit where's credit's due. The former Japanese prime minister speaks out on payment processor censorship, saying, "I'll handle it." Now, for the most part, it's usually artists that had this issue, but I do believe it also affects indie game developers, hobby game designers, and artists who also work in the gaming industry. Because when I was working, I had people that were just independent artists that got hired for a concept art that were literally like deviant art or Twitter artists that just did it as a hobby that was trying to make it into a career, but not DM you and be like, "Hey, I could do this for you." They actually did it more professional. So, former Prime Minister Fumio Kishida responds to a recent statement from free speech advocate Taro Yamada saying that he would handle it. Kishida was Prime Minister of Japan from 2021 to 2024, preceding current Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba. In the recent months, Councilman Taro Yamada has been outspoken on the censorship of Japanese content creators are facing due to payment processors dictating content standards while threatening to withhold revenue. So in this case, I'm guessing a lot of Japanese VTubers as well, Japanese YouTubers. I'm going to assume because they say content creators. So probably Japanese gamers as well. If you're playing this content and you're creating that content, that could affect us. That could affect us here, though. I'm pretty sure the free speech amendment would kind of help. But for those who don't know, websites on both hemispheres have been effectively coerced by payment processors to restrict the content they'll allow. This has affected platforms in Japan such as Pixiv, but also Western sites as Fansly and Patreon. And the more high-profile example, game developers who publish on Steam. Okay, here we go. Game development were having their payments allegedly withheld due to the content of their work. According to multimedia, payments processors are defending their actions by claiming that this decision is based on laws such as the Act of Prevention of Transfer of Criminal Proceeds and Foreign Exchange and Foreign Trade Act. Over the past few years, Japan has found itself frequently at odds with the international community over what content they will permit in fictional works. Criticism claims that such works are harmful to women, while supporters note the chilling effect it could have on free speech. And I want to point this out. This argument is old, even in America. I sadly am going to use a quote from this, and people are going to take this out of context because the people were really pro funny mustache man, but it was the pro funny mustache man people versus the village of Skokie, and they were arguing about dictating what would be considered as hate speech. This was back in the 70s, and the judge at the time said, I would rather allow the American people to spout their venomous rhetoric than dictate what they can and cannot say. So there are limitations to free speech, and they discovered they discussed it in a case. It's defamation, lies, and slander of defamation, like lies, slander, libel, calling for violence, like I dream of blowing up the White House. Certain people have said that. That's a quote. YouTube, chill. And obscene materials, like we don't have to go into it, but the ones that are gonna have the FBI look at your hard drive, for example. Like there's there are actual limitations. But what are y'all thoughts on this? Especially with saying that game developers are also having this, even in the Western Hemisphere, having this issue.
Sounds to me like they're trying to block you from purchasing legal material. I can understand that they're dubbing everything illegal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If it's has nudity in it or whatever, or you know naughty content, even though it's legal, people of legal age and people of legal age buying this stuff, they have no right to block you from purchasing it. None. It's up to you as an individual to determine what is good for you and what isn't. It's not up to some government credit card company, you or me or anybody else to tell an individual you don't need to be doing that.
All I can say is that Japan does have a history of being very, very strict with their copyright stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, not allowing it to be showed or sold anywhere in certain countries, states, and whatnot. They're very strict in their ways. That's all. That's all I really know when it comes to them. When it comes to gaming,
Mm-hmm. But what I guess what I'm going to be asking here is, what do you think he means when the former prime minister, said he'll handle it? Especially since you point out the copyright laws. What do you think he's going? What do you think he means when he says he's going to handle it? Is
I
he going to
think
handle it like pro or anti censorship, or is he going to handle it like, I'm going to make it harder for you guys? What do you think he means by that?
I think he means by some. I think he may mean something akin
Oh,
to
I
I'll
think we
hand.
got raided.
Yes, Tomby.
I did not get a pop up for that, but thank you, Tomby. Thank you, Tomby, for the raid. Shout out to y'all. We are literally interviewing Scoops, and before we continue, you don't want holding that thought, do you, Scoops? Because I want to point out that we have, since we have people rating the stream, we are interviewing Scoops, and Scoops is the one Tomby set up a fundraiser for. And as of right now, we have raised $2,705 for Scoobypup's thing.
Thank
So
you.
the link is in the chat, and we're trying to get to know her and her thoughts on the gaming world. So yeah, thank you for coming in, Tommy. If you'd like to join in as well, you can go right ahead, because you did come in as an interview. Just let me know, and I'll send you a link in the Discord. But you're also the one that created this. Yes, I am well, and we're trying to help a fellow friend out. So if you would like to come on, just send me a DM, and I'll invite you in. But we're currently talking about. Oh, I did that stupidly. The prime minister saying he's going to handle games. So, and then we're going to cover Stop Killing Games. The something came out.
I can't even speculate on what he means by I'll handle it.
I think he's
Don't
probably
know.
gonna. I think he's probably gonna make the copyright restrictions a bit tighter. As for censorship, they've never really. I mean, they've never really done anything censorship wise.
I mean,
unless America demands it, like to the point where it's annoyingly so.
well, these credit card companies, they're trying to control adult content in Japan by shutting down. They're actually also doing it in this country also, but like the fact that they're doing this in Japan is quite frankly ridiculous. It's like, so they shut down an entire manga publication site just because of the types of manga they were selling.
Mm-hmm. And that's cool, Conby. I hope you have a good night. I did send you an invite link, but that was after I read your thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I was yeah, but like this is all related. That like
Yeah. Go,
tons of
ahead.
projects have been like shut down because these credit card companies like overstepped and tried to police like the media market in Japan.
Mhm. Now, I gotta get with Bramblings of a Filipino Nerd, but I do recall we were going to have him on because he was covering this back in May. The credit card fraud that you were talking about, Dash. But yeah, he also had art that was talking about it. And so this has been going on for quite a while.
Yeah, I need to have him on my channel too. I should invite him.
Oh, don't
Thinking
fight
out
him.
loud.
Because I told him I want the exclusive, which means you can't talk about copywriting. I will use Japanese copyright laws against you.
We probably talk about something else. Don't worry.
No, I'm teasing you. But yeah, but you were saying something.
No, like that's basically it. Like, it's just insane power reach. And I still don't know how they're even allowed to do it. Like, all they're supposed to do is just get the money from one place to another. That's all they should be allowed to do.
Yeah, and that's the thing is a lot of these people, they have the power, easy access. They don't have competitions. You name it, right? For example, PayPal, right? Everyone uses PayPal, right? We all use it, even me, right? I've been using it even when in my game design freelancing days. It's just convenient. And I say, well, there's no other option. Have you heard of Stripe?
Mm-hmm.
Not many people have. There are other options out there, kind of like when we talk. Oh, Comics Dad, hello. There's lots of options out there. It's just no one knows how to look for it or has never heard of it. And usually it's advertised by a game content creator, something like that, that literally has their chat. Like, for example, Kick has a partnership when you're monetized on Kick. They work for Stripe. I had never had a Stripe account until my Kick got monetized. And that one doesn't do very well, but I still have it there because I have people that do watch, so, there's people that there are people that are against YouTube, there are people that are against Rumble, there are people against Kick, so they choose different platforms. And I keep streaming until there's no one watching that platform, like Twitch, which is dead, has been failing since 2017, has been reported that has been failing since 2017. And I still gave it a chance, like Rumble. And unlike Rumble, it failed to succeed. Just putting that out there. But I got some news coming in. So, Scoobs, are you familiar with Stop Killing Games?
With who?
You ever heard of Stop Killing Games? The Stop Killing Games movement?
Yes, I
I
have.
would think so. Do you know who Marcus Pearson is? Probably saying his name wrong.
When it comes to Stop Killing Games,
No, it's not just because. So we could also assume you don't know anything about Minecraft.
And I know Minecraft, but I don't play it.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So Minecraft creator says that if buying a game is not purchased, then pirating is not theft. It's an age-old argument people make. Now, everyone knows my argument on piracy. I consider piracy theft no matter what. And if you really don't like where the game is going, instead of pirating it, just don't fucking buy it. Because then when you're pirating, you're still, my view is you're still adding value to it. If it's not valuable enough to buy it, then it's not valuable enough to pirate it either. But that doesn't mean that he's not wrong here. I do agree with the sentiment here, because he's saying, if you're saying that you don't own your games after you buy it, then you can't tell people they pirate the game because they don't steal the game because they don't own it. Basically, is what I get. So it's we'll continue on. So Minecraft creator Marcus Pearson, also known as Notch, was never known to be a diplomatic sort. Throughout the last 13 years, he has made several quote-unquote controversial comments on quote-unquote social media, both on the quote unquote games industries and various quote unquote social issues. Sticking to the former, back in 2019, he famously gave his permission to Minecraft fan to pirate the game if he cannot afford it at the moment. Just pirate it. If you like it when you can afford it in the future, then buy it then. Also, don't forget to feel bad, which he gets a winky face. At the 2011 Game Developers Conference, Person was even more direct, telling his peers that piracy was not death. He argued that if people stole a car, there would be one less in the world, whereas pirating games simply means there is another copy in the world and possibly a new fan. Now, the reason why I disagree with him on this is because the cost of labor. You're stealing bread from the mouths of children. Yes, they got paid for the previous game was funded this game, but at the same time, someone worked on this game, regards to their politics. Not everyone that works in game design is a left-leaning vocoid. I am a freelance game designer. I used to stream how to do the Unreal Engine in the Hypnotic server. I think this was before you showed up, Scoops, because people were asking how I did all this. So I have proof to my thing, and I lean true right wing. I don't lean the GOP right wing or the libertarian right wing. I lean to the founder's original version of right wing, classic liberalism. So that being said, I also believe that everyone deserves the fruits of their labor. So when you steal a game, in my view, this is why I'm against piracy. You're stealing the fruits of someone else's labor. They have a right to the fruits of their labor. So that's where I wanted to. I'm just mentioning that because I wanted to clarify that with the piracy, because I know everyone has their own views. But now the Microsoft creator has renewed his thoughts on the light of Stop Killing Games initiative. For context, the online petition is seeking to gather enough signatures to propose to the bill to the UK and European Parliament to block game developers and publishers from making games that can eventually be quote unquote killed by permanently taking down servers. Do you know the reference to that, Scoops?
The taking down of servers. Are you referring to Anthem?
No. Driven. They
Excuse me?
guarantee Driven. Ubisoft is literally in a lawsuit.
Oh,
Because they
I
took
didn't
Driven
know
down.
Ubisoft was in a lawsuit.
I covered it. Yeah, a lot of people don't know. That's why I tell people like this.
Well, they're the heart of this Stop Killing Games thing because they're the ones who created the crew.
Mm-hmm,
Oh.
I'm sorry, the crew. Yes, the crew Driven. But yes, the
when
crew.
it comes to racing games, you will find me playing Gran Turismo.
But we got an artist that's trying to shill on my channel and Rumble. I would like him banned, please. You do not advertise on here unless you have.
Why don't we ask Bradley what he thinks about it?
But I would like him banned, please. And his stuff, like, I give, if you have a wrench, that doesn't mean you're a mod on my channel. It means that I have given you permission to advertise your things because but when you advertise your art and stuff, and you're a stranger on another channel, that's rude. I consider that rude.
I cannot ban. Sorry.
No, you're not a mod on my channel on the Rumble. Because when I traded you off, I wasn't
on
YouTube.
YouTube. So.
You are on YouTube. Because I'm lazy like that. Like for people who don't know, I let Scoops go because we were conflicting schedules. So she's not a mod on Discord. If you're a mod on my Discord and my channels, you are a mod. Which Frostpink's one of them, and so is War Maniac and a couple others. So I would like them banned. But so no, I covered this, but Ubisoft said one of their CEOs or whatever said you don't own their gamers have to be used to not owning their games, and then they went to court. They didn't go to court because they took down the Driven game, and they're losing that right now because they're trying to also say in that court case, oh, they don't own their game.
Yeah, I remember that stupid comment.
And
that was around Skull and Bones.
Yeah, and the players are showing that you guaranteed, because they say they don't own their games. The company said they don't own their games. The company does, and they have the right to shut it down whenever they want. But they fucked themselves because when they came out with the Driven game, it literally showed photographs where it says, and on the game, the cover of the game, right, you are guaranteed to own this game and play on these servers until 2099. So they guaranteed that to their customers that the activation key would be active, the servers would be active until 2099. So that's why you see the end user license agreements coming out as a thing now, the EULAs that like Oblivion has it, for example. The Oblivion Remastered, they said you don't own your games, you can't modify it, you can't do this, you can't have sexual mods on there, you can only have approved mods, you don't own your games. This is why I tell people, and I love doing this because I try to bring awareness to it. It's also one of my favorite clips in South Park.
Are you saying you want out? Fine, you don't want to be part of this, then just sign right here. No, you didn't read it! This says we don't ever have to let you out and then we can do whatever we want! Damn it, why won't it read?
Why won't the customers read the EULAs, the terms of service, and then they find out that their mouth gets sewed into someone else's asshole before someone says that's illegal? But that being said, that's where that reference is coming from. Is Ubisoft is literally in a lawsuit right now because they shut down the crew. Last week we covered once again where Electronic announced that all stores for BioWare's Anthem would cease after January 12, 2026. From that date onward, the game will be effectively unplayable. The Stop Killing Games initiative has gained considerable momentum lately and is now nearing 1.3 million signatures. As you can see on the official website, unsurprisingly, publishers have already said that if this were ever to pass, it would be prohibitively expensive for them, which sounds like a hidden threat for even further price increases. Of course, corporations are going to corporate. They are dying. The average lifespan of a corporation, fun fact, is about 40 years before they start to die. It is in this context that Marcus Pearson said, if buying a game is not a purchase, then pirating them is not theft. When asked what game developers and publishers should do instead of shutting games down, the Minecraft creator pointed out that old games used to allow players to host their own servers, like LANs, which effectively kept those games alive even after the actual developer turned off their official servers. And one good example of this is we played Batman Arkham Origins, and there is literally a mod that lets you host your own server so you can get the multiplayer achievements and play with your friends. There's a way to do that, like similar to a LAN, local address networking.
Oh, cool.
Early this year, Pearson gauged the interest of his followers in him getting back to work on his virtual success Minecraft. The response seems positive. All right, so that was a lot of mouthful. We added some context as well, but I wanted to ask everyone else, what do you think of his or Notch's? I should say, what do you think of Notch's statement? And do you agree, disagree, and why?
I completely agree with his sentiments. If you don't own anything, then piracy isn't stealing. I totally agree with that.
If you've already paid the price, no, I have to disagree with it because if you've already paid the price for the game, whether you agree that you own it or not, or whether it's in the EULA or whatever, you've already paid the price for it. Piracy, you're not paying a dime. Nothing.
Yeah.
No,
You're not
like
paying anybody to labor, like Leviser said. You're not paying anybody anything, any kind of labor or anything like that.
he's saying if
development costs or nothing.
ownership doesn't exist when you buy things, then piracy.
Yeah, he's basically saying if you bought Stellar Blade with your money, okay, you believe. Like there are laws telling companies they have to say this now that they don't own the digital products if that's the case. Like if they're buying a license, not the digital product, these companies now have to say that. Another reason why the ELA. So if you bought Stellar Blade, you bought it assuming that you own that copy of Stellar Blade.
Well, I think if you buy the license, right? You should own a license permanently. Period.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is like you bought it. You assume you're owning that copy of the product, right? Like if this, like people don't realize when you buy, for example,
piracy, you're not buying anything. You're not making any attempt to pay the people.
Hold on, Bo. I don't think
I'm trying to give my opinion, and I'm getting interrupted. So y'all go on right ahead. Nope, y'all go on right ahead.
Well, I think you understand we're all on the same page. I think what I'm trying to explain to you is that Dash is saying that That's just saying that Notch is saying, and I agree with Dash on this one, that Notch is actually being is telling him, oh, if you're saying that customers don't own their games, then you can't say pirating is theft because they didn't steal it if they don't own it, if they can't own it. Basically, it's what he's saying. So now I agree with you on the pirate. I've already said that part. Where I think what Dash is saying is Notch is basically showing how disingenuous you
I
don't own your
understand
games
what
in
he
the
was saying, and I don't agree with him. And I was trying to explain why I don't agree with him, but that's
okay.
okay. That's
No,
okay.
go ahead. I thought we were. I
No,
thought
that's
we.
okay. That's okay.
Okay. I mean, you can still continue on that one. I think we just misunderstood what you were saying. That's all. And if that's so, then we do apologize. But yeah. Anyone else had anything else to say?
I think he. How should I put it? If if they're gonna go ahead and say that buying a game is not a purchase, then pirating is not a theft. Um, why don't they just provide a bit more proof?
Mm-hmm.
How should I'm trying to think.
That's why
Because
they're trying to. I think that's why they have the ELUs. But go ahead.
I mean, you take a look at Ubisoft.
Mm-hmm.
They made the stupid ass mistake during. This wasn't just during the crew, but it was also when it came to Skull and Bones. Get used to not owning your games. No sooner did they say that, did some of the other companies start getting the same idea in their heads. The question is, though, will they actually, I mean, as far as I see Ubisoft, I see them as a no balls company. They're all talk, but they don't actually do anything because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Or as Dan would say, Ubi slop.
Yeah. So I think what they did is they spoke too soon without thinking, and they're unknowingly putting the wrong ideas in people's heads.
Mm-hmm.
If that's easy to figure out.
Yeah, I'm not going to read this whole article because Parkplace literally also does long ass articles, and we did cover most of it. But I just want to highlight some points that they put in here. That they're saying, as the case of all digital works, when consumers purchase online games, regardless of the country of sale, what they acquire is a personal license to access and play a copy of the game they have purchased in accordance with the game service. The consumer does not acquire ownership of that video game. These clear intellectual property rights underpin the entire market and enable the strong investment that the industry has seen for decades. There is no legal uncertainty about the status quo of video games. According to group, since consumers purchase a license to access the game and not the game itself, that license can be revoked under game terms of service to TOS that we mentioned, including online functionality and shutdown. However, supporters argue that permanently removing access to purchased titles, especially those that can function offline, is a violation of consumer rights. Video Game Shirt disagrees, calling this thing as disappointing and warning severe consequences for the industry if they are enforced by law. And
I
most
mean,
of it is
Kotaku
people,
has Kotaku. I will say they are guilty of doing that.
yeah.
They
But
did it with one of their fighting games I had bought, and I was then stripped of it for some reason,
Mhm.
unknowingly and stuff like that. And they had said, "Yeah, we know you bought it," and it was a digital game. And they said, "Yeah, we know you bought it." And I was like, "So why don't I have it? Why'd you take it away from me?" And they didn't give me an answer.
But the people who are behind the pushback against Stop Killing Games are basically in Video Game Europe's board. And these include Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo of Europe, Ubisoft, Activision Blizzard, Electronic Arts, EA. We all know about EA's history, money grubbing piece of shits that they are. I
Yes.
literally have an issue with EA. I will rant for days. Take Two Interactive, Bandai Namco, Epic Games, the people who make Unreal Engine, Square Enix, Final Fantasy, stuff like that, Warner Brothers games, so like Batman, DC games, stuff like that, Embracer Group, who also people had issues with because thought that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 would be woke because Embracer Group funds all that. Tencent or Level Infinite, and regional groups like lobby groups like Uki and Cell. But they also point out in this article from Park Place, the crew, which is the lawsuit I mentioned. And then we have this right here, which is from Finding the Comics that came out yesterday. Everything they're saying here is their excuse for taking away your purchase, which is, I think, what I'm going to assume we're all on the same pages is that when you buy a game, digital, physical, you own it. Am I assuming that's correct, Bo? That maybe we misheard you on that one?
Yeah. The problem is online games. Say, for instance, EverQuest, the MMOs, the live service games, and stuff like that. They only make them to last maybe 5 to 10 years tops. They're not going to keep those games going, and having people, the money you spend on them, that's your choice. But I think the online service games and stuff like that, I take the First Descendant, for instance. You think Nexon's going to keep that? They'll keep it going as long as they're making money on it, but there's any kind of money on it. But as soon as it stops making money and people just stop playing the game, they're going to pull the plug. There's nothing on there besides maybe a few quests that could be online play, just a grindy game. So I don't know. I think it depends on the type of game. Yeah. If you got a game that has a lot of that is heavy into, I don't know, a lot of single player stuff with like online co-op, they shouldn't kill those games. But any online games such as MMO, live service, and stuff like that, I don't see a problem stopping the service if it's not making them money.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because like I agree with that, Bo. The only difference with the crew is that the company guaranteed that it will be active until 2099.
See, that I could agree with because they made the statement. They're not living up to it.
Yeah, they have to honor the agreement.
That is 100%. If it's on the cover of the box, they can't deny they said that.
Yeah, I think we were all on the same page. You just misunderstood you. That's our bad, Bo. I do apologize.
They put their foot in their mouth.
No, I agree. This is why I hate corporates, because when they're losing money, they will literally try everything they can to stop it, and they will get their lawyers to recreate the laws. To quote Emperor Palpatine, "I will make it legal." So. Yeah, I do a good Emperor Palpatine voice. I know.
They are Emperor Palpatine.
Pretty much. And everyone who supports them is basically Federalist droid or, an imperialist, a space fascist.
Now, my question is about that Ubisoft game. I mean, we all agree that they said they're going to keep their servers till 2099. That's what they should do. But this is my question. Was that game... Did it have a lot of? Was it a single player game with online co-op or is live service?
It was live service.
Yeah.
You used an activation key that was guaranteed to be active until 2099.
Yeah, they shot themselves in the foot on that.
Yes, they did. Like, no, I agree. Like, for example, like, we like playing First Descendant. I love First Descendant. I think that. Eventually it's going to, go down the way of the dodo. People are going to stop playing it. But then you got to think about us the future generations of gamers. How many of us go back and play a game we love? Like, for example, I still play Skyrim. That's from 2012. I still will play Legend of Zelda, the OG Legend of Zelda for the NES, right? Because of nostalgia, right? So I think the compromise is they should, we're going to shut down the servers after a certain time. They let you do it. They tell you about it, and if you have a subscription, they refund that subscription. Not the whole thing, but the from the time or the last month or whatever. Like the time they're going to cut services, they give you the heads up. They give you enough time period, right? But afterwards, if a fan wanted to create a LAN for his friends to play the game, right? He should be allowed to do that. It should be considered his copy. He doesn't own the copyright. He doesn't own the actual IP of the product. He owns a copy of the game, be it physical or digital. He paid for that. He should be allowed to, find a way to access it for himself, and shouldn't be
tell you my idea on
as
that.
long as he's not profiting from it.
I'll tell you my idea on that is private servers like Conan Exiles.
Well, yeah.
Even if the company pulls support and quits making, content for the game, if people wanted to play on a private server, invite their friends, they pay the private server $10-15 a month, and that's money out of their pocket, they should be able to do that.
I just noticed the time. We usually run for 2 hours, and sometimes we'll go for 3 if there's more news, depending. But I'm gonna let that be up to the panelists. Dash, Bo, Scoops, do y'all have anything y'all got going on?
I want to try. I want to try and set up a. I actually want to get started on setting up a Power World server tonight.
Okay, all right. Could you wait for? Well, can we go a little bit extra 15 minutes?
Extra, 15. That's no problem. Absolutely no problem.
I did all that research to find the game.
Yeah, I'm still looking for my game.
Yeah. Okay. So before we go, I just saw the time. It was a very interesting conversation. I'm going to tell everybody what we do here on Dragoncast. And what we do here on Dragoncast is there's a special time of the day, where Yakko says blowing bubbles with their spit and all this other stuff. And they go for the wheel of morality. But for us, it's something quite different. This is the time of the day where the guest of honor finally decides to reveal their true colors, take off the people from the server, including the host, and shields their.
What? Repeat that, because I didn't catch that.
Shield your shit.
Sell my stuff?
Could you? Your channel, your whatever you want. This is your time where you hijack the channel. I think I told you this. It's kind of okay. So you know how people say, "Where are you? Where can they find you?" Blah 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 blah. Right?
Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Okay.
We give the guests of honor 5-10 minutes, whatever, to not only say where they're going to be, but also a taste of what their channel is like. So this is where you get to be Scoobypup or podcast or whatever for 5 minutes. Or if you just want to hawk your wares, that's all you got to do.
Okay. So my name is Scoobypup. You can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Kick, and Rumble. Kick is something I'm new to, so you can pretty much I only have one video on there right now. I cover with various guests all the time. Sometimes I have returning ones, sometimes I don't, sometimes I have brand new ones. And I like to cover video games, entertainment, comics, anime, and sometimes just talk shit if I can't find anything good. I have no problem with taking for instance, if somebody from the chat wants to come on, I have no problem with inviting them on the next week. But I always try to cover fun things. I always try to stay up to date. I do have Scoobypup's Barcade, which is 11 p.m. Monday through Friday, though due to certain circumstances, which is possible eviction from the apartment, I have not been able to do any Scoobypup Barcades for a while, and probably won't be able to until the end of July, when we get our situation figured out as towards what's going to happen. And at some point in time, I will be doing content called Scoobypup's Rough Views, where I will be putting out occasional videos of my own personal review for certain games, movies, and TV shows, or anime. So come check me out, subscribe. I do happen to do video games sometimes during the day. Keep an eye out on Twitter because I always make announcements on Twitter when I'm about to do something. So check out my channel, like, subscribe. And that's all that I have for me.
Okay. Ooh, oh, sorry, excuse, wrong button. Literally wrong button. So okay, so we had Shield her shit. Before we do our outros, I should probably do this first before we do Shield her shit, but I like doing it this way. It's funny. Who would like to recommend a game? So for people who don't know, I started this stream with Lavistro Plays because I just wanted to showcase a game because people were bitching that there's no good games. And those people had become ardent supporters of this channel. So they know I give them shit a lot for bitching about a game. And that game was Enshrouded, which was in early access that year. It was my pilot episode. And then after that, it was Mecha Break and First Ascendant, which they shared co-op streams with Betbo Chiefus. And then I went to Black with Wukong, and it was just one game after another people asked me to share and showcase. And so when I started Dragoncast, I carried that over. And I always ask my panelists and Bo, I'm calling them out a lot, but my panelists and Scoobs, what games did they found that was interesting? It has to be a game they have not played. And it has to be a game they think would be interesting. It could be 5 years back, 10 years back, it could be up and coming, but it's a game they found interesting that the audience might like to enjoy.
A game that I found interesting several years back.
Do you have a link to it?
No, unfortunately. But you all know this game, Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Which
it
one?
was the first of its kind. It
played
was
it?
the very first fighting game to show blood and gore and all that stuff, and that was new to me.
Is it a game that you've played or have not played?
Oh, I've played it.
Oh,
However,
you can't recommend that. No. That's
a
against the rules.
past game
It
that I
has
have
to
not
be.
played. A past game that I have not played was I did not play Zelda. I've never played any Zelda game.
And by Scoobs, we're not ever doing charities for you ever again. That's wrong. That's wrong. You should always. You don't know. I don't even know how that's a thing. You should have played Zelda by now. That's shame on you. Shame on you. Banned.
It's not like I haven't wanted to. It's just that I've never played it.
Okay, I got a game.
Okay, you do? Did you get to your screen? I'll do the screen share.
Oh, okay. Let me get it up on. Okay.
There is an upcoming game that I do intend to play though.
Oh.
Wu Chang Fallen Feathers.
Oh, I had that. Someone gifted me that game, and I'm going to be playing it when it's final.
Okay, here we go.
To get it, but
I wanted to see if I win a copy of it. I've entered all their contests on X.
I have.
Wu Chang?
Yeah.
I have a $10 off gift certificate for Best Buy, and since it's already inexpensive, I was going to use it, but no money, and so I was like, maybe I can ask my dad since he's refusing to do anything to help for the house.
Yeah.
Damn it.
So anyone fan of Fairy Tail?
You literally recommended the same game I was recommending. This is the first time
It
it's
looks
happened.
awesome.
But go ahead. I'll find another game.
Oh, you were going to recommend this one?
Yeah, but you did it first. That's why I let y'all recommend a game first. Because
it comes out in a couple of days. That's the thing. And I'm a big fan. I like the anime. So Eden Zero is a sci-fi like spin-off from the same author as Fairy Tales with almost the exact same character designs. But just in a science fiction setting. So it's a pretty like good, lots of fan service, very
チューリップの
high.
エーテルギアを持つ少年が故郷を旅立ちました。暗黒時代の力
So it's like it's based off the anime manga. It looks really cool. Don't know when I'm going to be able to get this, but I definitely would like to play it just because I think the series is really cool. If you haven't checked it out, it's on Netflix.
Yep. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool too. I like anime style games, and I was like, oh, this looks pretty fun.
Another
Yeah.
game that looks pretty cool, Mouse PI,
Oh yeah, we're still waiting for that.
and Samurai Pizza Cats.
Yeah, I covered that in the video. I'm so excited for that one. I was geeking out on that one. It's like finally, I think it was so long ago. Remember that for me it was so long since I saw the episodes. I literally thought it was like one of my TBI fever dream things until I saw that they were coming out with the actual. Because I forgot the name of it until I saw the came out with a trailer with the original characters. Like, oh, this wasn't my brain being doing a brain thing. This was an actual memory. Okay, he's like, oh, I forget a lot of things in my past, and so the only thing that stays strong is games. Bo, did you have something?
Yeah. Let's see. Here's green. Hang on, it's been a while. There we go. Date everything? No, just kidding.
Oh, Battle Sector.
It's on sale right now. This came out in 2021.
Okay, not too long ago.
Oh, I've played Battle Sector. It's a fun game.
I never played it, but it's on sale right now. The base game is like $11.98, I think, right now. And
It's a good Warhammer game. It is
Yeah.
a good Warhammer game. Trust me.
if you get the whole bundle, it's normally $129. The whole bundle is on sale for $79. There's a lot of DLC for this game, so
Nice.
that's not a bad deal. But it looks pretty cool.
It's a very solid. It's almost like playing Warhammer on the computer, like the actual game.
Yeah,
I've
that's why I was
never played
interested in it.
Warhammer.
That's excusable.
Well,
you're
it can be
girl.
tough. It's a
It's
lot of
true.
reading. It's a lot of reading, and
It's
I'm
a
not
lot of
good with
reading.
a lot of reading.
And it's a lot of reading, a lot of grim dark.
You're using a lot of measuring tape to see how far and if the units could actually see that person you're shooting at.
Yeah, and it has a lot of things girls are horrible at. Math.
This might be something I put into my streaming rotation.
But yeah, the world is pretty badass and grim. Just like you see, there's just bodies
I
everywhere.
don't play it right now. Oh, sorry, guys.
But it looks pretty cool.
Sorry, kids. Sorry about that. But yeah, go ahead.
I'm done. That was my
Okay.
game.
Yeah, I think that was on sale during the Warhammer Skulls event as
It's
well.
on sale right now. Yeah.
So that game looked interesting as well. What I got, however, isn't as awesome as y'all's games. But for some of y'all know, I do have a pinch or whatever you want to call it, a love for RPGs and especially sandbox RPG survival games now lately. I've been playing Enshrouded. I like games where I can just get lost in the world. And well, this is one game that I knew about or heard about, but never really looked into, and I decided to share it now. It was made in 2017, so literally within the time limit. It was it's Ark of Survival. It's Ark Survival Evolved.
I think that's actually on my wish list. I might have had it at one time.
Mm-hmm. I don't have it on my wish list, but there's a bundle you can get for $15. You can get the franchise bundle for about $63, and they're they're bundles basically. But the reason I like it is because It's basically survival, but with dinosaurs. And so it's like, oh, this is kind of interesting. This is kind of cool. You get to train and raise, breed animals. You got to worry about food, water, temperature, and weather. Which, as we all know, Mikey is literally bitching about the weather and the weather mod we put into Conan Exiles because we're doing that as well. So I love that kind of feel. The more realistic it feels in the game, the more things I could do like it was in real life. The more I love that game. And if I can build my own base, if I can still this is the reason I like Conan Exiles. I can literally build my own base. I can recruit friends to my cause. Really convince people that my way is better, and not worry about the consequences too much. I like those games. So I'm looking at maybe getting and streaming this game later. It has a 70 on Metacritic. It is an old game because usually I'm covering upcoming new games. But that being said, before we dip out, I just wanted to give a final update on Scoob's thing because I think we all covered our stuff for games recommended, and we're trying to get this fast. We raised over $205, $245 because it was 255. I can't math right now. But we got up to over 27% in the past 4 days, which is pretty awesome. We've had a lot of great move. Shout out to Tommy for helping Scoobs on this move.
Yes, thank you so much.
If you haven't already, you please consider donating, and remember you can make a difference. If you can't donate because money's too tight, that's fine. There's a difference between charity, which is you're investing in Scoob's future to better her life, and altruism, where you feel like you have to because it's the right thing to do or nice. Which altruism is not good. Altruism is basically a forceful version of charity, forcing people. I would never force you to do it. I would just ask if you could share it and help generate awareness to help my friend. Because Scoops is my friend. Yes, she drives me crazy at times. I'll smile and nod because she's such a sweet angel. But there are times where she does drive me crazy, just like Sonya and everyone else.
It is my favorite pastime.
But she is also a good friend of mine, a good friend of the channel, and I want to help her out. She's a friend of mine, and so I've donated. I'm streaming every day until we get this goal out, because if I care about something that much, I'll do it. And if Dash or Bo was going homeless, I'd be doing the same thing. I wouldn't even want this on my worst enemy. I've been homeless. I literally have been homeless. I wouldn't say homeless where I lived in a homeless shelter, unless I was sleeping in my car when I was 18. Because the fire took out the apartment, and I didn't know what the hell renter's insurance was. I learned the hard way to get renter's insurance. But anyways, please help Scoobs out. The link's in the channel, and I'll be updating the video with the link to her charity in the description of this channel, of this stream. And it'll be pinned on every one of my streams until we get her the funds and the safety she needs. So again, shout out to Tomby for the raid and doing this. Shout out for Scoobs. Thank you for coming.
I do have one more little announcement.
Okay.
The podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Next weekend, I will have as a guest Dash Attack and Suns and Shadows. The weekend after that, I will have as a guest Asaka-chan doll. And as some of you may know, Alistair, aka Stark of Iron.
Mm-hmm.
And on August 2nd, I will have real life fake wizard. And the weekend after that, I will have Levistro himself.
Yes, and you might still have to remind me, because remember, I do have a brain injury. So send me a notification a week before.
You know I will, hon. You know I will. We both have brain injuries.
Yeah. That's why you wear a helmet when you ride a bicycle. Or in my case, wear a helmet when you're in a Humvee and you get smashed in the face 25
I've never
times.
I've never worn a helmet while riding a bicycle.
Yeah. No, it's just like a joke for kids out there. But I have questions since they're watching my stream because it's not child friendly. But that being said, because I know Dash wants to get his Pokemon server. I mean, that was not intentional. I know people won't say, but that was not intentional. I literally meant Power World. I don't know why.
Nintendo will go after you.
Oh no.
Yeah. But no, his Power World server. He wants to get that set up, and I got to take care of the Dragon Lee, and I had to check on Sutton for
That
tonight.
Power World, my daughter talked me into buying it, but she never plays it with me. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll just uninstall it. You talked me into buying it, but you never play with me. So
Yeah, but there may or may not be a Lavistro place tonight. There's some things I have to do that might take me over because I can't seem to schedule it when I want to schedule it. So just keep out for that. But that being said, Dash, where can people find you? What's going on with you and all that stuff?
Okay, so you can find me on YouTube, X, Kick, and Rumble. I am now multi-streaming, so you'll be seeing me on a bunch of different platforms now.
Are you on your Rumble Creator program?
I'm not part of the Rumble Creator program. I have 33 followers on Rumble right now.
Post your Rumble so we can make sure to put that in the mod things for them to paste and copy and paste for future Dragon Cast episodes. Put that in there so we can get that.
Okay, yeah.
I'll highlight it this time.
All right,
here we go. Go get this guy some subs.
Here we go.
He's not
right
on YouTube and not on Rumble. That's a problem. I'm already in the content creator program.
I have no idea how to do that creator program thing. So I just do all my stuff at 6 o'clock out. Not 6 o'clock. I just do all my stuff at like 5 p.m. on Saturdays.
Yeah. I still don't get the usual requirement for Rumble, the 200 views, but I'm getting a lot of followers and getting prominent there now. But I am in the creator program. But do you have anything else to add, Dash? Because I'm trying to.
No, that's it.
All right, and Bo, what you got going on?
Anybody that follows me know I finished Stellar Blade last weekend, and I needed a break. I was streaming pretty hard and heavy, Stellar Blade and Starfield, swapping between the two. So I decided to just take this kind of week off from streaming and playing on Lavistro server and stuff. I'm gonna probably pick it back up tomorrow. May do a live stream on Lavistro server tomorrow of Sarah the Sumerian on Lavistro server. But I plan on restarting Starfield because there's still a lot of stuff Watchtower is going to do for it. I started Sarah the Sumerian on my private game, not a server. It's just a single player game. 3 episodes, no commentary. Seems to be doing all right. But that's about it.
And we covered Juice Goose.
Oh, you can find me on Rumble. Though I haven't done anything on Rumble in a while. I'm trying to get that going. You find me under the same name, Vet Gamer Bocephus on Rumble. I'm also on Twitch. Sometimes I'll stream on Twitch simultaneous. Sometimes I don't. Just depends on my mood because all I ever do is get people trying to sell me crap on Twitch. And, of course, YouTube here. That's it.
As far as I go, I stream Saturdays for a podcast. Saturdays, 5 p.m. Eastern. The Barcade is depending on when Hypno stops streaming. 11 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. Eastern is when I would start. And also for Rumble, I think I have a different name. I think it's just Scoobypup 0. I think it's just Scoobypup.
You give me that info because I'm not gonna be able to do it right away. But if you give me that info or you post it, you can post it in chat. Either way, I will definitely make sure that info gets shared out Now I'm trying to find a way to share Rumble stream information on Discord. I have not found that yet.
Yeah, my Twitter and my Rumble, I think, have different names.
Yeah. But that being said, because we have already had you show your shit, you hijacked the show, which is rude, hijacking the show like that. But that's what happens. That's what happens on Dragoncast. No, I'm just playing. For me, I've already said most of my stuff. I'm trying to get back into things. Literally still dealing with I literally never thought I'd be having this long of a problem dealing with my granddad passing away, and then on top of that, my son's epilepsy issues. So I'm still decompressing, but I'm back to streaming at least live. But we will get back into gaming news whenever I can. We've gotten up to 445 followers, I believe, recently. But you can find me. The visual plays the original Hypnotic AFK. Like that's literally what Livy Place was called in his server before I moved into my own channel. Which is literally after or the last few minutes before Hypno stopped streaming Hypnocast. But I had to step away from Hypnocast for a while. So I might stream something at 9:30 now, Central Time. But yes, you can see me for Livy Future Plays. We'll be doing Conan Exiles. I'm looking at doing Wuchon Feathers. Mech Warriors, another game I'm looking into. And next week we have Stone to Stark of Iron for Dragoncast. Usually at 5 p.m. Central. That's 6, right? Yeah, 6. So yeah, that's what I got going on. And you can find me on the Twitch, the YouTubes, the Rumbles, the X's as the most professional YouTuber and streamer the world has ever seen. I'm the most professional of the professionals, yes. But fuck Twitch. Fuck Twitch. I'll never use that ever again. It's a waste of bandwidth. I could use that to give more quality streaming elsewhere. But yes, Scoops, thanks for coming. As you already have a rent, so I don't have to tell you about that. But you are more than welcome now if you need views for your streams. Or want people upcoming, you can just post it in the chat when I'm streaming. You have unlike certain people that want to post their artwork that's probably shitty crap anyways, like today if you were doing that, you actually have permission to showcase your live streams if you need views. I got the idea from Tom, so you're allowed to do that. And Cyber Dragon on my Discord will be announcing your live streams as well. It doesn't do the everyone. It will never do the everyone. And if I catch it, I usually remove it in time. So because mine's the only gets pinged for everyone. Because otherwise, it would be like a certain other server where people were complaining about getting 1,000 pings a minute. Mm-hmm. So, but we will have people be able to. That you're on there, my Discord's starting to slowly get active. We talked about that, and yeah, so you'll get some more views and links. I just have to figure out Rumble, and
like I said, I'll keep on trying to deliver a podcast no matter what's going on.
Mm-hmm. And because I'm talking too much now, I'm trying to wrap this up. I am talking too much, I should say, but I will continue getting awareness for this goal for Scoob's homeless situation. She's not homeless yet. She won't be homeless. I want to make that clear because I don't want to scare her. But her fundraiser will be giving awareness, and I think I'm glad the community has come to support her, and we'll continue to support her. Until then, y'all play games your way. Y'all have a good night, and happy gaming, everyone. You're still here. What? You thought there'd be a post-credit scene or something? This isn't a Disney movie. Show's over. Go get some sleep. Play a video game. Watch another YouTube video. I gotta take care of the Dragon Wing and possibly get some sleep myself. Goodbye all, and thanks for watching, and happy gaming.